Hello folks and welcome to a brand new video by me, Tactical Mac 7, a tactic review and breakdown, a Mac Tactics review and breakdown. This is 4231 by FC Pirate. It came out at the beginning of the game during the early release and is still valid now that full release is out. It's a really nice formation for playing with the cards you get right at the start of the game, and as you progress and start to get roll plus cards, it works really well with those cards too. So for this one, we're going to talk about how this plays and how it's set up. I'll show you the tactics at the start and I'll get into gameplay and I'll do a wee synopsis at the end. I had a sit down with QR and FC Pirate today just to ask them FC Pirate really what he wants me to tell you. And the first big thing is that this can play with your starter players and without it. The second big thing, if we get into left trigger, team management, there's a tactic there, 4231 wide. The second big thing is it's set to counter and high 70 depth, just in case it doesn't click over, because the codes can be a little bit dodgy. But what we all discussed was, if you're not confident in that high press, this is how I like to play it now. This is what I've discovered with FC25, is I like to play high up the park and I play high press and really aggressive, winning the ball back really high. If you're not comfortable with that though, you can move it back onto balanced and balanced, which will bring it back to 50. And that will just make things a little bit less aggressive for you. Once you get more confident, then you can go to counter and high. You'll see the pros are all playing really high. They're all playing counter and all playing high line depth as well. And that just seems to be the way the meta's going. I think possibly it's because if you allow your defense to get set, it's becoming really, really difficult to break down defenses, because if you stand still and jockey with a central defender, 9 times out of 10, you're going to take the ball off the striker. Even if the striker is doing certain skill moves, there's just not that much effectiveness at the moment with strikers. And if you're someone like me that doesn't really like skill moves, is more into his basic skill moves and pass, shoot, that's all I'm really doing. Pass, shoot. I'm hitting Travellas, I'm hitting long finesses, I'm getting to the byline and cutting back. I'm not finding a lot of joy or fun in those things. I would like to play more authentic football. I'd like 1-2 touches outside the box. You know how I like to play. You know I like the fast tiki-taka style of football. And that's what I want to emulate within this game. Struggling with that a little bit, but I'm getting there. I think we all are. Oh, you'll also see I've got the FPS counter up in the top left-hand corner. That's because this game is not optimized for PC. It's not optimized, full stop. Well, let's be honest with you. Console, PC, we're all having exactly the same problems. To give you a background in this, I moved to PC last year, but I tested it out in the game before that, so 2 years ago. I've had 2 years of no issues on PC. Fast menus, fast gameplay, no lag. I have a good computer. No, I'm a brilliant computer, but I have a good computer. I have a 3070 Ti. I have a 1390K. I think it was a 1290K. One of them. CPU, which I know there's a problem with those CPUs. Anybody put in the comments that those CPUs are dying slowly. Yes, I've now found that out, which is annoying. I was annoyed at that. And I have 64 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. Corsair. Like, my gaming PC should be good. Yeah, I've had to change every single set in NVIDIA control panel to try and get any sort of decent performance from this. And I've had to whack all my settings off of Ultra onto Medium to see if that makes a difference. And by the way, who has hair thread as an option in a football video game? Come on. Okay, rant over. That's it, done. Hair thread. That's an option. Mental. Right, let's get into the player roles on this one. That's without the ball, and that's with the ball. So our player roles, we got Berbatov on poacher and attack, Fernandez on playmaker and balanced, Williams on inside forward and attack, Bailey on inside forward and attack, Carvajal on attacking wing back and balanced, Kamara on holding and defend, Koke on deep lying playmaker and roaming, Gaia on wing back and balanced, Guardiol and Delict on defender and defend, and goalkeeper on goalkeeping and defend. Now, there'll be a point in the gameplay I want to highlight with Kamara where I can't remember if he wins the ball. He ends up with the ball really deep and he plays the ball on and he just holds his position. It's a really good example of a player with a playstyle plus really role plus really doing that, what that role is supposed to do. So I'll make sure I'll highlight that. There'll be the code at the end, as always. I'll chapter it, but if you want to get the code now, it's 4HQKQJNAC6C. Obviously capitals and stuff in there, but it's just there if you want to pause and get it. You guys are amazing. We're still climbing that sub count, and we're still getting loads of great views. So if you want to like, comment, subscribe, do all those good things, I'll respond to you. And then let's get into some gameplay action. Gameplay part. Oh, we didn't crash. That's good. So I missed the start. So this guy has a great team though. All women's team. Certainly his attack was as an attack that I really like. Smith, Rodman. Yeah, really good attack. Swanson, I think, is on the other side. So here you can see on the attack. Now this is one of the things I've always said about the 4-2-3-1 second variation, the wide variation, is you can see the difference. My cam, my left mid, and my right mid are all kind of sitting in line, but my striker's way on the defensive line. So there's a bit of a gap. What this allows us to do though is play wide either way and have a linking person, kind of linking in here. So I'll show you what happens when we move on. We go out wide left. We've got the overlapping fullback. Big switch to the back post, but he deals with that well. This juddering, by the way, this is actually in game. This is the stuttering and juddering that I'm dealing with. Today I just felt like my players had inertia. It was so annoying. It's been really hard to play on the PC lately. Don't know if anyone else is finding that. We get a nice wee move by Fernandez there to go wide. It defends it well. Gets the ball in the middle. So see, now we're... I don't know what happened there. My players... Anybody else have it? Can we identify this? What is this issue? This is something that's happened to me and my opponents. Look at this. I am not I'm not in control of the player I think I'm in control of at times. It's really annoying. Here, I just try to face him up. He gets the ball back to Rodman. We're just trying to contain him. So our defensive shape here, we've got our back four and our two CDMs. So we have a really nice defensive shape. There is our cam is quite far forward because they're on advanced playmaker, I can't remember which one. But it puts them a wee bit further forward. Our left and our right mid, because they're on inside forwards, they will sit slightly higher up as well. So we are defending with our two centre mids primarily, and then we're only switching to our centre backs if we really, really need to. Kind of normal gameplay. And then when we break, we've got options. Here's my left back pushing forward. Cookie. It's a poor ball for me, really. Which is something I've been struggling with. I'm going to try that semi option on pass and see if that makes any difference. We get the ball into the middle. See Kamara there. Again, this is what I really like. See how he's on the holding role? So he played that ball and now he's just sitting in that holding role, which allows me to have Fernandez, Koki, and my left and right midfielder, my striker, all up front doing stuff, knowing I've got at least one player sitting waiting to break up play. I knew I was offside straight away. Shit. So with this formation, if you're attacking down the lines, you've always got a double up of left mid and left back, or right mid and right back. Plus you've got a CDM that can come across and add up. That's just a lovely one touch into Berbatov. Watch that again. This is what I've been talking about. Pass, 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 shoot. This is how I'm having to play. But that little touch just before he can select the right defender, he can't get onto me. The AI doesn't move with me. Go. And that's the playstyle plus and playstyle plus plus. I think that's what creates that. Here we do a wee side shuffle. Fernandez gets through, and I am sure I'm going to watch that again because I am sure I press shoot and it just doesn't register. Let's watch. What should we think up in the top right? Yep, doesn't register at all. Oh, the input lag and input missed inputs is just frustrating. So we do well there. The computer comes back and tackles for us, which is really nice. When they're running back into their position and they end up tackling. We get Fernandez, lovely through ball to Berbatov, switch over to Bailey and scores. And that's the inside forward role. The inside forward brings him right in and up with the striker, which is nice. Gives you a nice front three. Sophie Smith to Swanson. Let's go Rodman in the middle. No, Lavelle in the middle. Rodman outside. No, Lavelle there. Who's in the middle then? Attila? Someone. We get the ball on the break again. We're on the counter thing, so we're going to push forward fast. You can see all the players making those forward runs. Find the nice ball into Berbatov. Playstyle plus first touch. Brings it in, and we just low drive it past the goalkeeper. And you tend to find once you've scored the first one, most players will go a little bit more aggressive and they tend to leave a little bit more space. And that's just what's happened here. We've got a little bit more space. There I get really lucky. I guess he's going to come back inside to stop with Carvajal. And then eventually do. Bailey's on the run here. By this point, I'm pretty sure he's given up. I recycle it into Bruno, to Bailey, back to Berbatov. Recycling it back to Koke. Finding Berbatov again. We dink over. It's offside. But that's the kind of play you can get. You've got lots of options. You can do wee one-touch stuff, or you can do little dinks over. Very FC 24 at that point. But all good options with this tactic. Here, we're just watching for the run. He's onside. We tuck it into the corner. Oh no, 4-0 up. And sometimes this has happened. Sometimes the games just go. Sometimes you're very tight, very close. And then all of a sudden, 1-2 goals go in, and then, you know, the dams burst. The floodgates open. So hard playing with this stutter, though. I don't know if the other person's experiencing it as well. I can only assume they are. I'm not sure. I've not got the ping up on the FPS up on the screen, but I have got connection monitoring, so I know with no connection bars coming up, I know it's not my connection. It has to be something to do with the game playing physically on my PC. That's a lovely little ball. Let's go. I know I missed this, but this here, we do well to get in the way of the pass, play the ball into Williams, who deft little dink over for Bailey. It really should be a goal. I should either square it or I should just score it. Bailey should score that. So we get a corner. We go short. Back to Bruno. Flick towards the back post. We miss the header. Always a worry bit here because we can't set our number of players, so we don't know how many we've got back at this point. He must be getting that lag as well. Has to be. We win the ball back wide. Koke into Bruno. Kamara. Into Bailey. Berbatov. Williams. Driving at the line. Dink to the back post. Bailey. Try to give it to Berbatov. Get the ball away. Pick up the ball in the midfield again. We one-touch stuff. One-touch passing. We turn it back. We're offside. Just offside. Again, we put pressure straight on the ball. Forcing passes a little bit longer than he probably wants to play. Closing down passing lanes with 2 players there. I'll show you that again. This is something I do, and I've been very good at for years. Is at this point here, when I'm using teammate contain, I've set this guy on the run. Now, I'll just take it back so you can see what I'm talking about. Here. Just missed it. Right. Here. There. So I'm using teammate contain immediately to get Koke to start moving. Then I'm going to switch to the player near. And I've got Koke in position because he's already started making that defensive run. Took me a while to get good at that. Took me a while to get used to doing that. But that's how to use teammate contain. I feel the most effectively. Bruno with a deft little chip. My keeper makes a good save. So another corner. Bring someone short. Give it to them. Dink into the middle. Ball falls to Berbatov. Back to Guardiola. Find a wee ball to Bailey. Who gives it to Williams offside. I just wasn't very clinical in this game, but that's half time, and I'll just stop it there. I think there was another goal in the second half, and then that was over. That's the The tactics, you see how it plays. It's really nice going wide. You can go through the center. You've got lots of triangles. You've got really good closing down of players because if you want to be aggressive with this, with the counter and the 70, you can be. If you want to drop it to 50 and 50, you can also, and you'd be less aggressive. But I really like playing it this way. Thoroughly recommend you give it a go. Right, I'll put you into my synopsis, my roundup, my end point. So there you go. That's the gameplay over. My roundup and thoughts on this is quite simply, it is a brilliant tactic to start you off with in this game. It is secure, it's solid, it'll allow you to defend in a nice way, it'll allow you to attack in a nice way. It pushes you high up the park, which means you can be quite aggressive, but you've also got the 2 CDMs and your 2 centre backs solid in position that will just bail you out of trouble at times. Your right wing back will push forward and provide you with a wide option. Your 2 inside forwards will support your striker, and your cam will just ping passes all over the pitch. And I know pinging passes is difficult at the moment, but if you get a good pass for the ball in there, you'll really see it. Yeah, really nice team to play. Really nice formation and tactic to play. If you're struggling at all, or you're struggling for wins, come and have a go at this. It might be just fit your play style brilliantly, and enjoy it. And I'll be back on Wednesday with another tactics video, one of mine, that pairs nicely with the 5-4-1. If you want to think about that or want to prepare for that, think about having a player in your team that can play centre back and CDM, which will allow us to swap between the two. This is the first tactic I'm giving you that is a swappable tactic, which I think is going to take some time to get used to and take some time for us to figure out how to actually do. But please, keep playing this game if you're having fun with it. But if it ever stops being fun, which for me it has at points, and that's why I'm playing it less over this weekend. I didn't play it at all on Friday because I couldn't get in, which was a blessing in disguise. I watched some TV. Lord of the Rings. Start watching season 2 of that. I don't know what I think about it yet. Oh no, I don't think about that yet. But yeah. Keep playing the game if it's fun, stop if it's not, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye.